All right. Now can we start the screen? Yeah. Okay. Wow. So I get I finally make a starting soon screen, and OBS decides it does not like that, and it just flat out tanks my stream. That is pretty amazing. That is pretty impressive. Uh, I gotta say that, yeah. All right. Let's see how this works out here. Should we sit around for a moment, maybe? Chillax. See if it crashes again. All right. Well, it looks like we're doing okay. Bitrate was much better than before. It's music going. And let's see. Let's jump right in. Game. Ta-da! Yeah, welcome back. Go through all the trouble of a starting soon screen and OBS just welcome in. Today we're gonna finish this guy up. Seems like the right thing to do. Just about done anyways. I'm gonna redo the visor, plug the holes in the bottom, and then, because that's about it, I might actually rig them a little bit. Not entirely sure how I want to do this because I don't know how to make an rigged prop. I think what I might do just for the if I want to give this away for free, I was thinking about putting the antenna and the eye on spring bones, so they just kind of wobble around based on gravity. I think that'd be fun. The antenna especially, though. For my own use, I have some shenanigans planned. But can you really give away something that is not legally yours? So, well, I know you can't sell it, but could you give it away? Probably. I see people give away free assets that aren't quite theirs to give away, under the assumption, I think, that as long as it's free, it's not as much of a problem. The ambiguity of licensing, I suppose. Okay, where is our Scopedog? There he is. Okay, I decided I was completely dissatisfied with how this turned out. Oops, that's not the right button. Okay, so we are going to quickly re-extract this guy here. Let's see. And the reasoning. The reasoning is that it's not entirely rounded. So it looks okay. You know, that looks okay. But here's where the problem is. So when this rotates, see it clipping through, and it'll do the same thing right there. So it'll look fine for what it is, but I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, I think. Actually, it'll clip through no matter what I do because it's just not round. I still think I want to fix it. So we're going to do that first. We're going to redo this visor quick. Yeah, that's today's plan. Today's plan, redo the visor quick, make the cutout behind it for the pilot to see through. And then export it. I'm not going to do any fancy any fancy UVs on this. I might put in the stripes on the top of his head. If you look at the picture on the other side of the screen, you can see that he gets little stripes right here and right here, and one on his antenna. So we'll see if we want to get that far. Yeah. And of course, I'll get sidetracked 1,000 times. But that's the whole point of streaming, right? It's not actually to get any work done. I mean, okay. So on that note, we are going to switch this, put it in template mode. Can we do that from here? Template, there we go. Because we don't actually want to use that. We do want to look at it so we don't repeat our mistakes. Okay, there's the headphone. Let's hide that for now. And group 2, which is the lens. Should really call that something besides lens or group. Lens group. Just like this is headphones group. Advertisement. So I'm partially wondering if I should just start over with this unfortunate, very unfortunate dealio here. Let's patch this up first. One step at a time, I suppose. Though I wonder if I can do this a speedy way. Nope. Let's see if we can just plug this up right away. I mean, it did as I asked, I suppose. You know, that might not have been the worst. So that is what we did. We plugged that hole. Now let's go inside and unplug it. No, that didn't work at all. You know, we're just gonna revert that. And we're just gonna revert that. There's got to be a quicker way to clean that up. Different nodes open there. Select and remove. Fix by tessellation. Okay, faces with holes. Okay. Well, let's see what it does. It does nothing. Nothing as far as I could see, at least. Okay, let's see if our beloved modeling toolkit can just make short work of this. Modeling toolkit. So for once, it's not giving me tooltips. Oh wait, face selection, object selection. Ah, it is. Well, that's nice. UV selection, no. Okay, we want to connect. Yes, yes, okay. Let's just connect a few of these and see if it works. That did not work. You know, sometimes you can't think of the what the easiest way of doing something. Place each vertex. Because I'm this close to deleting this and redoing it. Oh yeah, that left some ugly geometry. And it was all because of that one screw up back in version 1 of the file. Since we're here anyways, let's just go take a peek at that. So I think we were past the point of no return on that. Yep, look at how hideous that was. Because it saved funky. Oof. That really saved poorly. Okay, we're not even gonna bother with that. Let's go back to where we just were. And we'll try this again. So we're gonna ignore that unfortunate faces at the bottom of the everything there. Instead, we are going to work on this. We're going to re-extract this visor again. So we're going to go into face mode. And select ourselves some faces. There we go, nice and simple. Let's see, and now we are going to lift those off of there. Which face was that? Is it separate? No, into distinct objects. It was not that one. Wait. Oh, yes, it was actually. It was actually that one. That did not work as intended. We are batting 1,000 here today. We really are. You know what the real reason is? We are trying to do Mecha Modeling Monday on a Tuesday. That's all. Mecha Modeling Monday is meant to be done on Mondays. And we're just making a big mistake with this. We're not doing Mecha Modeling Monday on a Monday. Okay, where is my modeling toolkit? We are looking not to extrude. Where are you? Where are you? See, I thought it was separate. Faces from the object into a distinct object. That is exactly what I'm trying to do. But it did not want me to separate it. Oh, there we go. There we go. I just had to use the right, I think the right commands. This doesn't look promising though. Nope, this is just taking poly chip off. I don't think we want to poly chip it off. Well. Well, it got us our visor, unfortunately. The cost was the dome beneath it. Alright, alright. Let's see what we did last time. One of the wonderful things about Maya is you can see the history. No, it says poly chip off right there. Made it a duplicate though. Ah. Ew. Ew, what on earth is that? Maybe Mecha Modeling Monday shouldn't be or Mecha Modeling Tuesday here shouldn't be Mecha Modeling Tuesday if we're going to have this much grief with it. So how is everyone doing tonight? We're having a good old time here right now. Good old time. Especially since I didn't grab part of it as well. No? Wait, yeah, I did. Just doesn't look like I did. Okay. Bring that modeling toolkit back. We are going to do a little multi-cut. Clean that up just a smidge, just like before. So now we have the visor. Do not know why on earth this turned green. That is very interesting. Let's see what it looks like in the hyper shade. So I'd laugh if that's actually green. It's not. For some reason, it has a very odd color to it. You know, we're just gonna hide that for now. That's a little less glaring. So apparently that's what we were looking for. Maybe we'll just recreate the sphere too. The helmety part of the helmet. Okay. I'd say one looks pretty good. And so what we're going to do here is now we're going to bring the lens group, and we'll show that again. And we need a top view. Actually, a side view is probably best. Side view. Where are you all? There you are. So we got a side view. And I'm going to flatten this out a little bit so it rotates better than my previous version. Good morning, Nix. It's right around 8:30 here, PM, not morning. So we have a little bit of a time difference. I'm running into fun Maya issues already. It's great. I think these issues are issues of my own doing. Let's see. Orthographic top. $11:30 in the morning. Well, good morning indeed then. Oh, and somebody definitely moved this on me. There we go. That's somebody being me, of course, but shame on them. This surface. I'm currently redoing the visor, which is the kind of silver-looking piece over on this side. Ooh. Hello, Vanta TDM. Was there an alert sound that went off? I did not hear it on my side. Don't know if I don't have the Twitch alerts? I think that was a Twitch alert. It did make a sound. Okay, cool. And yep, I suppose I have my some of my settings. I did adjust stream elements to be not so overprotective. Because I think last time when Boom rated, there was being awesome and chatty, and Stream Elements is like, you are having too much fun. I am sorry. You must have less fun. Delete message. So this time at least, we have some protection from spammers and bots and such, but maybe not quite so overzealous. Thank you. This is my design. What we're modeling is a very old mecha design. This is from Armored Trooper Votoms back in the 80s. But this design, yep, I'm modeled. Well, the top part of this, anyways, myself. Here, wait, did my zoom buttons work? OBS was giving me grief earlier too. So hello. I'm a hybrid IRL and VTuber project here. We have, let me find my little icons. Where is he? You know what? Let's just go to chatting. We've got this lovely fellow who will be back on Thursday, so in 2 days. I'm gonna try at least once a week to have the robot of the Rusty Robot Factory actually operational. So my avatar I actually based on my IRL robot here. For scale, that is a 3.5-inch disk drive. and my hoodie, or one of my old hoodies anyways. So that's for scale. But yes, fully motion controlled, just like a real life boy. I mean, VTuber. And he will indeed be back on Thursday. Simple and effective. Ish. Simple part, deceptively simple in the end, because how it works is, you tilt your head back and forth. Well, he tilts his servo, he moves the servo, which tilts the head back, up and down, side to side. So theoretically, it's simple. It just, it took a while to get it to be that simple. Does he eat bites? No, he hasn't even devoured any, oh wow, I have to watch how I pronounce that. Any, discs yet. That, definitely have to take time. Diskettes. Aha, there. He hasn't devoured any diskettes yet. I knew I should have went with the tape drive. That would have been much more pronunciation safe. Oh yes, I decided to actually use my mug toggle when I need to take a drink. But this mug is a little not super useful. So it's just for looks. I'll model a better one later. Servos are fun. Yeah, if you want to come back on Thursday night, same time, same place. Gonna do a little more behind the scenes work with my Unity project and talk about the robot. Again, not this robot. Where's the other robot? That robot. He looks a little bit different than that picture. I need to get a newer placeholder picture. You think it'd be easy as just, going click, because he's right over there in my office, next to my desk here. But Ooh, I did a starting soon screen. And the first time I used it today, OBS decided to tank. So it's probably a cursed starting soon screen. So maybe we won't use it. But it was the thought that counts. I wanted to be like one of the cool kids and have a starting soon screen. But let's see. Where's my Scopedog? I really need to just put a picture on my main monitor here. Let's see. Where is Scopedog? I have way too many windows open. Move this a little bit. Oh, no. Clicking too many buttons. There we go. Put him right next to chat. So, you're saying you're going from 3D printing, and the next step is servos. This is the way. Wait a second. There we go. This is definitely the way. That's basically, well, actually, I went the other way around. A couple years ago, I'll go into it more on Thursday about how I got into servos. But the short story is I was going to make some CNC, or I should say make some parts to convert a lathe into to be able to use CNC computer controls. And Arduino was the cheapest and most effective way for me to do the part that I wanted to do. So I bought one of those little tackle boxes full of Arduino kits, you know, that comes with all the little motors and some sensors and stuff like that. And I got started that way and just kind of figured it out as I go. It's a lot of fun, just tinkering. Then I ended up buying some larger servos. They're just still like, you know, still pretty small. I ended up buying some larger servos and started making more complex robot-y things with the joystick control. And then the next iteration was motion control. And eventually I came to the point we're at now, which is using the same tech VTubers use to run the robot Rusty. So that's I need to make a flowchart. Maybe that Thursday's agenda, flowchart. I'm gonna write this down. Thursday, flowchart. There. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll queue them all up. I mean, I'll answer some here because you know you did show up, so. But yeah, I'm interested because I've been working on this project. Sadly, with delays, I've been working on this project for like 2 years now. But there have been a lot of real life stuff in the way, so little bits here and there and here and there. And now we're at this point. And the VTuber model right here is actually was originally intended as the backup for when the robot was being temperamental, which he does become temperamental. Yep. Every now and then his face pops off or his eye rolls back into his head. Not too many bad crashes lately, though. Man, I had a doozy second stream back because I had him offline for a couple months when I was upgrading his code and all that stuff. And sure enough, the second week back, I want to say, or second time back, he decided to overextend his the controls, or the servo controls, the mechanisms in his behind his eye, and it just tweaked everything way out past the limits. Good thing I didn't have to replace any of the little servos, because those are not always cheap. You know, one of them is cheap, but when you have to replace a whole pile of them at once, that gets a little bit pricier. Okay, let's go into top mode here. We are going to actually, let's see. We'll try this for now. I'm thinking about rounding out the front a little bit so it works better. Does Arduino sell a kit you can learn from? Yes. You know what? Where is my... Got a chat overlay here somewhere. I've been experimenting so much with OBS lately that I forget where my stuff is. Oh. Nope. Where'd it go? Oh. Does that work? No, that kind of works. I don't know why it got rid of the previous messages. So yes, Arduino does sell a kit. Well, I'm sure Arduino themselves, the Arduino Foundation, I want to say. I'm sure they sell a kit. What I bought was, I mean, it's also open source, so anybody can make a kit, and there are dozens and hundreds of knockoffs. You will find them in every variation of English on Amazon and eBay. I bought a fairly well-known one from Elegoo. They also make 3D printers and such. Let's see, that was my starter kit was Elegoo, like 30-in-1 kit or something like that. It came with the little Arduino Uno, which is the standard board. Let's see what else. I'm trying to see if I can see it from across the room here. But yeah, Elegoo is it was good. A good assortment of things. There's one of those little blue servos, a whole bunch of jumper cables, a little fan, an instructions CD on how to get started, and little tutorials on how to do. I think there was even a little joystick in there, so like how to move stuff, little LEDs. Yeah, it was a fun little kit. Yeah, it was like a 30-in-1 starter kit or something like that. You know what? It's literally called the most complete 30-in-1 starter kit. That was a couple years ago, so I'm sure there's new versions of it too. What Rusty is running now, because you start off with something inexpensive and figure it out, maybe burn out part of it or wear it out. And then I moved on to this board. Is it this one? A couple different versions. Okay, so this is like one step up from the basic board. This is a different company. It's called Keys, Keys Studio. The perk of this one is it is based on the Arduino Mega. So it has all these extra pins on the right side here. So in theory, I can control like, 20 more servos or sensors or input devices or whatever with this big batch of pins. I say big batch of pins. This is pretty small. It's only, how big is it? Not super big, like 2 Post-its put together. This is larger than life. Plus this brand, they made a little powered section, so you can just drop the servos or LEDs right into this little section right here. And it's USB-C. Not that that really matters, but yeah, this is the board that's currently in Rusty's head. It has a little bit more memory, a little bit more horsepower than an Uno. But the next version of Rusty's, interior brain will be probably a different board, actually. We'll see. We'll see. I might have to put more motor controls in them, so I might require a different board. I gotta talk with Dead Son one of these days. Hopefully he drops by on Thursday. He was saying he had some animatronics experience. I get some advice on what to use for a slightly stronger board. But yeah, no, I'm gonna dig into more of the guts, at least for part of the time on Thursday. That's the goal, anyways. Let's see. Today's goal is to... I don't want to do it that way. Today's goal is going to be to finish what I'm calling a helmet. I should call it a hat because that's what I'm going to set it up for. I'm basically making a fancy hat for my VTuber. Let's see, this one can go this way halfway. About halfway that way. There we go. Nice and blocky. As intended. Okay, let's see what he looks like. Oops, I've got an extra app running here. Oops. I was wondering if that was giving me issues. I bet it was. Let's get rid of that one. So one of my fun things with my Unity project. So this is Maya back here for modeling, animation, that kind of stuff. Also used it to make my head, rig the body, and do fun stuff like, little props like this headphone set. And let's see what else we got. We can change colors. Yeah. Dark mode. Light mode, headset. I have a cat toggle I never use because everybody wants to be a cat. But let's see. Some of those were set up in, all those were set up in Maya and then hooked up to be a VTuber part in Unity, exported into VCFace. So that's what we were using here to show up as a VTuber. But I am also working on it's a little glitchy right now as I tried to export it. Let's see, let's show that too right away. Where are we? I actually compiled. Let's see if it crashes. Made with Unity. Oh, cool. It did not crash. I do want to see what it looks like. So I did not add proper controls to this this game. So I have to Alt-Tab out of it, funny enough. Okay. There we go. Here we are in a game. Cool, huh? It's actually compiled. It uses half the resources of running it in the Unity editor. Which is to be expected. It compiles all the who's its and what's its. So one of the other interesting things about this is, let's see if I show up. Okay, let's lock the camera. Let's make it distinct here. Oops, and let's just put that in the background for now. Where are we? There we go. I do have to compile it properly so it doesn't hold on to the cursor forever. All right, where's my OBS? This is my OBS. Okay, so we have, aha. So it's a little glitchy. I have to work on optimizing the code. But I'm looking to replace VC Face, which is the lower me here, with my own program. You can see this in the middle of the screen. It's using a different camera angle, different camera. But here is the exported camera. So it has nice transparency effects. It's got that little motion sickness look going to it. Little laggy, little lagginess at the moment. But it is exporting with transparency. So that's cool. Progress. And if I can't get rid of this lagginess, this goofy lagginess, I have other things in mind. Other possible fixes. So. Hello. Would you like to go by Chef or Madeline? Or the whole thing? Ooh, are we a robot? We're collecting all the robots. Oh. So the model in the middle, the little software in the middle, does not have all the same toggles hooked up yet. I am missing my terribly modeled coffee mug. If you look, see, I like showing off how terribly modeled it is. Because we can do very complex things, but we can't model a simple mug. But yes, so I'm excited. I got this working last night, this morning, something like that. Little laggy, little motion sicknessy, but this is our own VTubing program. So, woo! Well, this one is the one in the bottom left is VC Face, and I also have. Let's see. I don't remember what I all disabled when I. Oh, I disabled my office setup. So this is the spot where the scene of my home office is on this hangar platform. It looks like. Unfortunately, looks like I disabled that before I compiled the program. So we currently can just run through a demo level that comes with a sci-fi asset pack. They do great work. Yeah, some camera controls I built up. Can run faster. And my favorite part of the demo level is, of course, the head in a jar. Yeah. No, I love this asset pack. It's really cool. It's a sci-fi. In fact, it's on sale right now. There we go. Hashtag not sponsored, but I should be. This is a Cinti sci-fi space pack. They have two space packs. One is very expensive and comes with lots of stuff. This one is the less expensive of the two. Oops, let's see. And let's see if Stream Elements doesn't like me for posting in my own chat here. Cinti Polygon series, because I love their stuff. Oh geez, not the Sci-Fi Worlds one. Here it is, Sci-Fi Space. Hey, cool. Okay, I'm glad they let me post in my own chat. There we go. There you go. You get 2 more days if you want a cool asset pack with a bunch of stuff in it. 2 more days on sale, anyways. Or it occasionally shows up in Humble Bundle. But yeah, it looks really cool. Bam. Oh, no. Did we lock up? Did we just lock up? I think we locked up. And let's close that down. All right. Now, where is Maya? Maya. There you are. But yes, no, Winamp is it has been my second greatest talking point, besides the whole robot thing. Uh, Winamp. People say, "Damn, you're using an actual nice Winamp overlay." It's like, no, that is actually screen capturing or application capturing. I think this little part of Winamp here. This is the last version they released before they decided to add garbage to the program. In fact, this is called like version, 9,999 final. And then they added some NFT garbage. But anyways, I think they got bought by somebody. But yes, no, I use the original skin from back in, really whoops the llama's ass, back in the was that late 90s maybe? Early 2000s, late 90s, somewhere around there. Good stuff though. Can't go wrong with ye old Winamp. But yes, so welcome to the Rusty Robot Project. If you want to see more of the robot on Thursday, yes, we're doing Tuesday, Thursday this week. So on Thursday, I'll be going into that little Unity world I was just showing off, and working on some of that, and also the robot will be joining us. I don't know if you saw how you found me. If you found me on Twitter or Twitch or where. Actually, I'm interested. Where did you guys find me? I like popping into other fellow creators' channels. Where is he? Rusty. There he is. So this guy on the other side of the screen will be joining us on Thursday night. Well, my Thursday night, anyways. For some of you, it is 11 in the morning. There we go. I'll put the offline sticker back on him. Ooh, another fun thing about being a 3D VTuber. You can 3D print yourself. So I have this little guy is standing on my desk. Well, technically he's laying down right now, but he standing on my desk here is a little bobblehead. Other tags of robots. You're on the Twitch. I really need to make compilation video soon. Stream compilation. I've been doing this for I think 6, 7 months now. I need to get out there on the YouTubes, do a little video editing, throw some clips together, get them out there. Because I have some clips on Twitch here, but they only last, the VODs themselves only last so long, and then they go poof. So I definitely have been keeping all of my streams. I highly recommend anybody getting into streaming, definitely, just even if you have to buy an external hard drive to store them on or something, just keep all your old stuff. And then well, not only that, it helps to look through the old stuff. I've actually gone through three different microphones, so it's interesting hearing myself go from a little cell phone microphone to an old gaming headset to a microphone I got cheap off a marketplace. That sounds way better. So it is neat seeing the little evolution. And someday I'll hit like affiliate and all that fun stuff, but the main part is to just have fun, hang out, and get nerdy about robot stuff or mecha, retro games, other stuff like that. Though lately I've been pretty much doing the 3D stuff and the game engine stuff. Yeah, I'm itching to play games again, too. Just need more time at the moment. That's really my sticking point. Though I did negotiate with the wife, and we'll have a set schedule now instead of whenever from week to week. I'm going to be doing Monday, Wednesday nights. So that's exciting. So maybe Mecha Modeling Monday will actually happen on Mondays. So that's cool. So Monday, Wednesday. Monday's going to be probably like modeling or VTuber stuff. And Wednesday, free-for-all. I just have to post some kind of schedule. In fact, one of those free-for-alls might be a graphic design stream. So I finally work on the whole cohesive branding thing instead of just posting as like, little text. Here's what I'm doing Monday. Here's what I'm doing Wednesday. One of those fancy like schedules and a logo. Not that you really need those things, but seeing as I worked as a freelance graphic and web designer for like almost 20 years, maybe I should, maybe I should apply those skills. you know, 3 robots in a cage. BattleBots was amazing back in the day. Loved that show. What channel was that even on? Was that Sci-Fi Channel or FX or what channel? What do you know offhand? What channel BattleBots? Let's see if we can look this up. Open that without crashing that. There we go. American TV series. The year 2000. There were 9 seasons. Wait, it still exists. Huh. It came back? That's pretty cool. BattleBots Resurrection since 2018, apparently. Well, on Discovery Plus subscription. I'm sure there's I was gonna say ways around that, but I'm sure there's YouTube compilations or something, right? Yeah, that's what we'll say. We'll say YouTube compilations. Oh, that still doesn't look too great. You know what? Actually, I think that looks good enough for what we're trying to do. That looks good enough for what we're trying to do. BattleBots. Yeah, that was pretty cool when it first was first airing. I mean, I assume it was cool after that too, but let's see, when did I actually, let's see, 2000. So I was in some part of college. I don't know if I was getting free cable from the dorms or from roommates or what, but yeah. Maybe I'll make a BattleBots little BattleBots arena in here somewhere in the in my world I call it Rusty Land. At least that's what the the compiled app was called. It will definitely be more optimized when I actually want to use it as a VTubing program. And it'll be nice when I have have my office all set up in there. It's gonna be from one point of view, it'll be like, oh hey, that's a nice, old timey kind of office. And then I'll pan the camera around and be like, rubble and the decaying factory and that whole theme. Because according to Rusty lore, which I do not stick to at all, maybe I'll have like in character days, in character Friday or something. Yeah, according to Rusty lore, I was found in an abandoned factory, and then reassembled and fixed up by the human who found me. I think that's on my Twitch bio. I originally was going to stick pretty close to, to a story, like a character. But I moved away from that. It's like, no, I'm gonna be fine with showing the behind the scenes and all that fun stuff, because this is fun stuff. I mean, as much as I want to be an anime character on the internet, it's also cool to kind of break away from that a little bit. Someday I'll be an anime character also. I also started modeling and then stopped myself because I'm way out of practice. I have not, before this project, I haven't done 3D modeling in almost a decade, so a good 8 years or so. I've been out of it for a bit. I switched careers and kind of starting with the low poly stuff to get myself back into the game, get myself back into it, and I'm having fun because you don't want to get burned out by trying to make it too much like work. Or at least I don't. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm not really interested in making this really hard work at the moment, at least. Look at... I do intend to get into Blender at some point. I'm using Maya right now. If you look at way at the top of the screen, I don't know if you can catch it completely at this resolution, but yeah, this is Maya 2016 because this is my last time I bought a perpetual license, and the last time I really used it. So now I'm finally getting my money's worth out of it, I guess. I have older versions too, but well, they don't activate anymore, and why wouldn't I use the most recent one I have, right? Blender back then was not super great. It has come a long ways, and does you can do amazing things with it now, especially for different. Like for me, I would want some hard surface modeling plugins. I do want to assume I make a little side money, whether through ads or who knows what, YouTube money. I do want to update my Maya because it's $300 US for the indie license, which, it's a subscription, a yearly subscription, which sucks, but there's some nice stuff in the newer version. But no, Blender is definitely cool. I actually bought, there was a humble bundle, so a bundle of tools. Some of the money goes to charity. There was a humble bundle recently for some Unity, Unity? Yeah, Unity was in there somewhere, but also Blender tools. So there are some neat utilities for Blender, so I snatched that up. Kind of funny, I might do some of the work in Maya, export it, bring it into Blender to do some of the rigging. So I I am not a purist either way, because I don't know. I think there's all sorts of tools out there with all sorts of uses. So why would you want to limit yourself? Okay, let's see. So why would you want to limit yourself if you don't need to? Oh, really? It's not letting me? Psh. Okay, fine. Put that right there. Might as well put that right there then. Sorry if you can't see this behind my model. Closed. But yeah, okay. So one of the reasons I don't use Blender at the moment is because this has actually been coming back to me pretty good for muscle memory. Compared to having to relearn things or learn new things. But someday I will definitely take a peek at and give it a fair shake to the Blender. Oh wait, did I see Softimage mentioned? I did see Softimage mentioned. That takes me back too. Let's see. I think the first time I used Maya back in school, I think it was still Elias. I think it was a few years away from Autodesk purchasing up, gobbling everything in sight up. Because they sure did, didn't they? I swear Adobe and Autodesk are having a race. Just hide that. Oh, and in hindsight, inside sight, it's interesting because if you get the Autodesk, not the Autodesk, the Maya subscription, you get Substance Designer or Painter, I forget which version, which is an Adobe product. So that's interesting. I didn't think about that. Okay, where's my hypershade? One thing I am a little sad about having this old of a version of Maya is that I don't have the newer renders. So I can't use Arnold with this, or the nice GPU rendering, unfortunately. So someday I would definitely like to upgrade that. Let's see, is lens dark gray? Let's assign that one. Well, that's not really dark gray enough, is it? Let's make a darker gray. There, darker gray. Very, very official, very nicely created UV maps and such, which I am definitely not telling the truth. We are just applying different materials to the faces because this is a fun little gag project and not meant to be serious. There we go. Especially since this is going to be basically a fancy hat for my VTuber. There we go. That looks better. I kind of don't like how it triangles off on the side there, but group. There, that looks nicer. And I also have it set up so it will rotate to the different lenses. Which, if you're unfamiliar with Votoms, let me show you. I thought about where I wanted to start with my retro mecha modeling. And I thought in Votoms because I just started rewatching it. I have ye old DVDs, so I didn't have to pop in a VHS tape, so that's nice at least. Here we go. Oh, that's loud. That's so loud. You are lucky we don't have desktop audio enabled. Do we? Okay, we don't. Okay. So, here is the opening. And I haven't gotten a strike for it yet. So, see, there's the lens. We switch lenses. Cool, cool. I'm jamming to the early 80s early 80s anime opening music. Good times, good times. But yes, so there's a very blurry shot of there. Oh, perfect, perfect. There we go. I depending on how much I like it, I might subdivide all the surfaces and texture it a bit for fun. We'll see. We'll see. That's the one of the beautiful perks of starting off low poly. You can always make it higher poly easily, because as you can see right here, I just have some cylinders. You know. In fact, I should really harden these edges now that I remember to do that. Bam. Oh, beautiful. That is so much better. Though I think I hit that by mistake too. Yes, I did. There we go. Bam. Ew, 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 ew. Okay, anyways. Now I have to check the history to see what I did. What did I do? Good enough. Okay. So one of the I really want to go overboard with rigging this, just for giggles. I'm going to hook this up. I have two different options, or two different frames of mind here. I want to hook it up so that it either it uses jiggle physics, so what's called a spring bone, basically controlled by physics, so gravity, motion. Yeah, let's get the whole shebang here, since we fixed part of it. And my poor broken poly surface. Why are you neon green? Lambert 1, assign. That is so weird why it turned neon green. Okay. So I'm gonna make something springy like the antenna. Wait, can we see the antenna? I'm blocking my own viewport over here. Okay, there we go. So we got the antenna. That's gonna be springy. I'm thinking about going completely overboard and having the visor group, which does not include the new visor. Visor 1, get rid of you. Visor 2, move you over to the visor group. There we go. Okay. Although I'm not sure the antenna should flop around like that. So maybe we'll take the antenna out of the visor group. But anyways, so the visor can go up and down. I don't know how much, how in-depth I want to get with this for ridiculousness, but the The lens can go back and forth because that's how the pilot looks around. And you can rotate the lenses like you saw in the anime opening there. So, for my use, I'm thinking about linking the lens group to my eyes. So when I blink, it would switch to the next lens, and when I look back and forth, the group would move back and forth like I'm looking around. And I'm going to use that as a helmet or a baseball cap. I don't know how much of this I can do and still have it work with this 3D format, though, that I'm pointing to my avatar in the lower left here. The problem is I'm using the VRM format, or Vroid, which is kind of limited with how much extra stuff you can add to it. So I'm not sure what I can all parent two different things without going overboard. But in my own software, I can add a whole bunch of little scripts to this thing. So that's what I think I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll toss that in on Thursday too, or maybe next Thursday. Yeah. So I don't know if I want to wait. Well, I am gonna finish making this look the right colors. Where's I can't see myself. Okay, so I do want to at least make it look the right colors here. So we gotta add this to be more of this gunmetal, and this to be the lovely green. And then we're pretty much done with this, except I am gonna add some ridiculousness to it later, after I fix this dome, because there's actually a modeling problem with it. I will probably just end up recreating the dome. Shh. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now save. Okay, so visor group. I'm actually going to make a group of the visor group and take the headphones out of it. This way, the visor won't tilt with that. That doesn't look good. Because it doesn't look good because it's not in the right spot. So I don't know when you joined, but I remade the visor because I wasn't satisfied with my first version. It was made it look like one of the reference drawings, and it didn't quite work in 3D space. My interpretation and the artist's interpretation of his old school line drawing were a little bit different from each other. And that's okay. I will trust that he knows way better than I did. Ooh. I might as well fix this up a little bit while we're at it. What are we doing here? Bring that in just a little bit. So let me show you the. Oh man, I gotta go find that again. I have a low res version right here. Wait, see, I keep opening up things and hiding my OBS. I don't know if you guys can actually see stuff, but here is an old, I like to call it the Chilton manual. An old fan translated, mind you, into English. An old like fan guide, and it's chock full of awesome line art drawings. Like, I should go find the actual file because this doesn't do it justice. So what we did, or what we have in the background, is this right here, and you know, from this angle, it does look like the antenna rotates with the visor. So I guess I can put that back together. There is a cutout right here for the pilot to see out of the cockpit, because this is old school. Oh yeah, no, this creator, this mecha designer, fantastic. This is very practical. If you want to see later works by the same guy, Gasaraki. I don't know if he created or did the mechanical design, or both, for Gasaraki, and is also very much a realistic mecha. Let me go find a better file. Where on earth is my better file? Where did I hide you? As my storage hard drives all spin up. No, boom, you stole more of my blueprints. You know what though? You'll never steal my spaghetti. Because I ain't got no spaghetti. You unreal people. Oh, it's not gonna let me. It's like, I actually have to copy. Boom, I actually have to copy and paste your name. This is terrible. You and your 30 million letters and numbers in your name here. There we go. There. Ha! Take that. I shouted you out. Wait, boom. I am prepared. I am prepared with ammo here. We need more stuff on the screen, evidently. Where is my spaghetti? I saved some spaghetti just for you. Let me go through my screenshots here. I was digging through a different Maya file. Some old stuff. Because back in the day... Haha. Back in the day, I used to do spaghetti. This is a... Why is that so small? Why is that so small? We got a better version? Here we go. Here's a bigger version. There we go. This is a Maya mental ray shader network. Completely obsolete now. Because this is a dead renderer. This is the mental ray shader that I built out for, well, in this case, a fern. If you can see this, did more organic rendering and modeling. Yeah, I made these use the same kind of shader network for doing like tree leaves. You know, because on one side of the tree leaf is very colorful, and the back side is, you know, usually a different lighter color, and that's what a lot of this is for. So there's like a normal map in there. Let's see what else we got. Luminance, normal, randomizer, so that the leaves don't all look the same. Yeah, this isn't actually one of my more complicated ones. I had one that would had 4 different textures for the leaf, for different shaped leaves to go along with the different colors. So it multiplied those in there too. Yeah, so I've done me some spaghetti. Yeah, sadly this spaghetti is obsolete, but I'm sure it can be, you know, translated into using a modern render or other stuff. So this isn't the fern, but, you know, here's some ivy leaves that use the same render network from back in well, not the screenshots date, but this, I did this back in like 2010 or so. before Skyrim came out, because Skyrim was just like, oh my gosh, we can do this in real time now. Well, not quite this at the time, but yeah, man, the good old days. Yeah, nostalgia. I was saying earlier that I can't use the modern Maya renders with this because my Maya is too old. Can still use Mental Ray. Look at this. I even have this Arnold tab here for the Arnold rendering. I have this here, and it taunts me. But they won't give me a license for this old of a version. Autodesk. But yeah, no. I'm looking forward to learning some of the cool Blender stuff, like geonodes, grease pencil. Oh, funny enough, so grease pencil, the equivalent in, let me say it again, the equivalent in Maya, I looked it up the other day because I'm like, wow, grease pencil's awesome. It reminds me of something called Paint Effects. Paint Effects we have had in Maya since I think the year 2000. Let's see, where is... Give me a Paint Effects. Gosh, I would have to find it. But it lets you do the same kind of things, you know, draw on surfaces and create curves and polygons out of just drawing on things. Where on earth would Paint Effects be? It has been a hot minute since I played with Paint Effects. It's probably not even under this cloth, hair, fur. Stuff I'm never going to use as a low polygon robot. You hiding under here? Ooh, I wonder if the new newer Maya still has the toon shaders. The vector shader. In the modeling menu set. Modeling. You know what? Modeling. Well, darn it, now that I've talked up, there it is. Now that I've talked it up, I can't not use it. Okay, where's my get brush? There we go, paint scene. There we go. Okay, so that's cool, right? No, that's not cool. But what we can do with it is get different brushes. There we go, nostalgia. I didn't say I would do just mecha modeling. All right, what do we got? Oh, it's under generate. Oh, there's all that. There it is, get brush. Paint on paintable objects. Yeah, cool. Let's make some plants. Plants mesh. There we go. Wait, where's that fern? Where's the fern? Palm. Actually, here's the ivy. There we go. Ta-da. So one of the cool things about this is you can actually animate it and everything. Okay, let's see how. Look at how awful this looks. I don't have this scene set up for any kind of decent rendering either, so we'll just. Oh god, it looks terrible. But yeah, so basically that shader I was showing earlier, that shader I was showing earlier, it turned this squiggly ugly mess into my beautiful Paint Effects. Nicely rendered ivy. Yeah, by replacing these crummy textures, making it well, these are already geometry, but applying better shaders, better textures, better lighting. Because this, I don't remember if I used physical sun and sky or if this is using a HDR. I don't quite remember. This might be actually, this might be both, or a skybox, if you will, because you can see some of the blue from the sky reflected in the leaves here. Nope. This I also did. There's definitely subsurface scattering. Probably not in these leaves, but I did do skin. Skin and eyes, you know, so you get like the full like light bounces and subsurface effects and the eyes and the corneas and all that stuff. As I work on getting my skills back with the 3D stuff and remembering how the old ways worked. Someday I want to make a ridiculously high def version of Rusty here, but I think I will need the new Maya for that, or Blender. But then I'd have to relearn, well, I'd have to relearn both, actually. Okay. Oh, this is fun, though. Mushrooms. But yeah, now these are these are horribly unoptimized meshes now. But yeah, no, these will render nicely. I actually did a test render using the old scene where the ivy comes from, and it rendered it super fast on my, you know, much newer computer. But it definitely did unoptimized and at high, you know, like ultra high settings. It still took a couple minutes to do a HD scene, but that was with way too many fun settings because I was trying to max it out. Let's see. Let's sample density. Let's make it a little less dense. See, I mean, this is when I saw GeoNodes, well, a cross between GeoNodes and Grease Pencil. I was like, man, that reminds me of Paint Effects, and then Mash, which is Maya's basically Maya's GeoNodes. You know, you can just do some other fun stuff with all these things. Like these are actually, you know, polygons. You can see the wireframe on them, right? Some of them are not. Some of them are just billboards or, you know, tubes. But you can fully animate and just mess with all these, you know, all these different settings. There you go. Lower the polygons on them. It's fun stuff. A little nostalgia trip here. Gosh, these look hideous because they don't have any leaf meshes on them. That's funny. But yeah, they have all sorts of stuff. I use the full. I use the trees right out of here, and then of course threw better shaders on them. Let me see. Where's a good old? Yeah, it looks so bad in the viewport render. But you know, you throw this in a nicely lit scene and probably reduce the crap out of the the geometry, yeah, the mesh. And the cool thing is, let's play blast this. Playback settings, quality. And let's see what happens. Yeah, that's good. See, they come pre-animated. Look at that. Yeah, you can actually... Oh, oh, don't, no. What are you doing? Oh, it's still repeating. That's funny. Yeah, paint effects. Not enough, paint effects doesn't get enough love. Or didn't. Didn't get enough love. Oh, another fun thing about it is you can use the, back in the days at least, you could use the vector renderer on it too. We even have the vector render anymore. It's not showing up in my install, so I might have to enable it. But basically, that's a toon shading engine, and you could export it to Flash, right into a Swift back in the day. That was super useful. I actually used it for doing equipment blueprints. So for like machinery, when you want the parts explosion, so I had to model that all up, and then to get nice clean line art, I used Maya's vector render, and basically just saved it as a, well, not a Flash file, but as an Illustrator file. Like nice, beautiful, clean line art. It was pretty nice. There. And now, rambling over. Rambling? Nostalgia. There we go. Trip down nostalgia lane. I'll play with paint effects off screen, off camera. Let's see. Don't save. Do not want to have to undo all that. But what we did learn, mesh room. Oh, sorry, just missed a little bit. Chat. Mesh room. Is mesh room its own thing, or is it like a an add-on? Headphone visor group. Put this back in the. Well, yeah, let's put it back in the visor group. Ooh, photogrammetry. I recently got a new phone because my old one died, and I am looking forward to using the beautiful high def fancy well, not fancy camera. It's not an iPhone, so it doesn't have the like depth camera on it, unfortunately. But I'm looking forward to finding whatever new 3D scanning, 3D photography tools are now, because I have not looked into that in, well, 10 years. I think back then Adobe was playing around with one. Which if they still have, I'm sure it's locked behind some kind of hideous paywall. There we go. Now the question is, should I bother with the pilot's cutout, or the cutout for the pilot's head? Probably just to be true to form. Oh, also probably bring this over here. Oops. Actually, what am I doing? 9.6, not, wow, almost exactly. What? I kind of like it better right there. 9.9. Okay, just a little bit of cleanup and then I think I'm good. At least good enough for tonight. I will continue to mess around with it just a little bit, tweak it a little bit. I'm not gonna be able to rig it tonight, unfortunately. I don't really like how that looks right there. Definitely continue to tweak it a little bit. This one? No. This one? Yeah, that one. That one and that one. Make them go out a little bit, just a little bit. You know what? It's fine. I gotta tell myself this is fine because this is just gonna be a little, like, you know, a gag, a party toy that we take out every now and then. Be like, haha, and it's fun. Let's make a new shader because we are not optimizing this and making a texture atlas. We are just going to kind of wing it. And where is? Can we drop it right on there? We can drop it right on there. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, and what is this guy using? What is this guy using for a shader? Good gravy. Okay. First of all, save. Delete history. There we go. Darker gray. So we're going to put darker gray on at least these items. Darker gray. Excuse me. That is too darker. Go figure. Aha. Head. There we go. That, you know, just that little splash of green. That little splash of green really brought the whole thing together. I do not like this sharp point though, so I'm gonna fix this right away. Okay. How do I want to fix this? Oh, bravo on the pun. Bravo, bravo. You get 2 points to Gryffindor. From Gryffindor to Gryffindor. I mean, I am all about awful puns and dad jokes. So, you're in the right crowd. You're in the right crowd. Could get rid of this, get rid of these lines, but I think I'll just, or these lines, these polys, but I think I'll keep them for now. we will just assign them a different color. The color of visor. We will not assign them the color of visor because that is the wrong color. Why would visor not be the color we use for the visor? There. Oh, perfect, perfect. I could add some detailing by darkening lines around the edges. Just give it a faux, a faux 3D-ish look. But yep, I'd say we are mostly done. I mean, I know it's like devil's in the details, and we could definitely just keep diving in deeper and deeper. Like, I could add the little crosshairs here pretty easily. But how far do we want to get in? How far do we want to do that? We'll see how this looks for now. This will actually, since it's flat shaded here, I'm using a very dull material. I'm using very dull material, but that looks completely different in proper lighting. So let's grab our someday to be fixed helmet here. Okay, what is it? Let's see. That's still the same sphere? It is still the same sphere, okay. I should just go back and rebuild it. It looks like the old sphere is still there. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. You say you like the colors? We have angry mode. Ta-da! They switch. Rusty Robot can also do similar thing. I don't have as convenient of a setup for changing his colors, but I can definitely alternate between them. I've got like 30 toggles on this on this avatar. Just for all the little fun ideas I come up with, I just chuck them in there. Which unfortunately makes it a bit of a pain in the butt when I want to update and re-export the model, because you have to take it from 3D software, the Maya in this case, and then bring it into Unity, assign all the blend shapes and textures so that it works nicely with VTubing software. And also so, that VTubing software can read the expressions, like, make sure the eyes can move around. So the mouth talks. I'm mostly kind of part of the way through updating the mouth on my avatar here so that it moves more when I'm talking. I'm actually assigning the ARKit blend shapes to it, and there's like 20 of them just for the mouth. So it's a bit of a pain in the butt. So I have kind of like a more cartoony mouth. I think I'll just toggle between them, because right now I have it set for, let's see, the mouth is, I've got the left and right, and open. Actually talking, which is opposite, but see, I can kind of talk if I really enunciate with my mouth. It actually shows up better in my Unity playground than it does here. I think I have the settings more cranked up. But yeah, the next version of my V2 model will be a little bit more expressive, especially since I fixed the eyebrows too, because they're not quite hooked up right. But no, it was fun building this and learning as I go. Because that's what this whole process, this whole project is just about. Having fun. I'm not super concerned about hitting it big or going viral or hitting it big or doing a whole lot with it, except just this is my scheduled playtime. Twice a week for sure I am doing something for myself. I am doing whatever I want with this 3D modeling or playing some old games or something. Staying within a theme too. I'm considering some of the quote unquote branding aspects of it, but mostly it's my scheduled time off, where I make sure that I'm not doing boring housework or something like that. After family time and all that fun stuff, of course. Nope, scheduled, mandatory scheduled playtime. Hmm. I will definitely come back and tweak this. I've decided now. Oh, I do remember Descent and how much of a pain in the butt it was to wrap your mind around, was it 6-axis control at the time? Because we did not have DualShock joysticks. Man, I wonder how easy it would be to play these days. Did they remaster Descent or just System Shock? I don't remember. But yeah, no, that was a blast. I think I only ever had the shareware demo of it. Or I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe I did have it at one point. But yeah, no, that was wild. There were some games that really pushed 3D back in the day. And with minimal, I mean, yeah, it looks all pixelatedly whatnot these days because you're running it like 320 by 240 resolution, right? Or something like that in DOS. But it's amazing not only how far we've come, but what you could do back then even. It's pretty wild. Because I busted out some of my older game systems recently. I've dug them out of storage. Just playing around. It's like, okay, do I want to stream with like my old Saturn or the PlayStation 1? It's like, let's play them first. And yeah, it's a blast going way back to the mid '90s basically, and kind of reliving some of that and how well some graphics and some games hold up and some absolutely do not hold up. But no, I did a man. I'm coming up on my 2 hour mark where I start to lose my voice because it's the end of the night for me. It's right around 10 p.m. I did. I don't know if it's still in the Twitch. This is why I have to put my VODs up on YouTube or something. I might have a Twitch VOD still up of me going through Commodore 64 games using my actual Commodore 64 I grew up with. I should check to see if that has passed the, what is it, like 60-day mark or something like that. Let's see if I can do this without getting out of my dashboards. Channel. No, not. I know I'm currently streaming right now. I'm well aware of that. Okay, videos, broadcasts. Let's see how far we go back. Oh, no. Nope, it must have been right before that. I will definitely You know, should I even bother editing the VODs? What is you know I wonder what people's thoughts are on that. It's like, do you edit VODs or you just chuck them up there as is? Because I don't know, I don't really have like a long loading screen or anything like that. Hmm. You can always take them down and re-upload them, right? Ooh, so you're trying to remember a sci-fi game, third-person jetpack, Space Harrier. Most likely, you're thinking Space Harrier. Yeah, let's bring Twitch chat into the screen here. Ta-da! And you get to see my mod controls, so whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're thinking Space Harrier. Third person. It sounds about right. Forward scroller, space. I don't know if it was Space Harrier actually in space. Third person. The jetpack is the part that. If you give me a year, like a system or a year, maybe I could figure it out. That didn't always have the systems, but I was for a long time subscribed to a couple different game magazines, mostly for the demo discs, because you know, couldn't afford to buy a new game every month, or have the hardware necessarily to run it, but shareware and demo discs were my lifeblood. Because I didn't pick up a PlayStation or a Saturn until I got them used much later on. Oh, demo discs. There's a streamer. Who was it? Was it Apos Fox? Maybe. Maybe it was Apos Fox who was collecting demo discs, like asking his viewers and stuff to send in the ones that he was missing, and I think he was putting them all up on archive.org because it's basically freeware, shareware. Technically, a lot of it was shareware. I think I got rid of most of mine during one of my many apartment moves over the years. Third person jetpack, probably 90s on the PC. Let me know if you think of it. See, Space Harrier would have been the 80s. I bet if you type that into Google, you'll get something. I know there was MDK, but I don't think he fought aliens. But MDK would be another one. Let's see, a Space Harrier was my first guess, but that's you vetoed that one. Just for fun. Sci-fi game, space, aliens. No way. Hold on. Somebody 4 years ago asked. No, none of those look. Somebody asked like almost that same same question. I mean, there was Panzer Dragoon, but that has a dragon and not a thing. Wait a second. Third person jetpack. So the forward scrollers got me, but are you thinking Tribes? Because Tribes was amazing. I played the crap out of that. That was good times. You can actually download and play Tribes. I think there's still people running servers. The Moon and Caverns. Well, next time you see me, you'll have figured it out, and you let me know. Older than Tribes. Jetpack, though. There weren't a whole lot of games that had aerial maneuvers. Because, I mean, you've got like Quake and Unreal and such, but those didn't really have, you know, vertical movement. Okay, do I have time? Let's see what this looks like. Okay, we're gonna have a little fun with this. Save scene. Export. Let's say Scopedog 001, even though it's not 001 technically. Jumping around, killing aliens. See, the jetpack is the part that... Were there other games in the Star Siege line, like Tribes? Because I know there were other games in that universe, but I don't think any of them... I think Tribes was the first one where you were a person and not a mech. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. So I remember playing Earth Siege. I think that was the one with mechs. It was kind of like a very early mech warrior. Unless you're thinking mech warrior, because you had the little guys, the little you know, basically powered armor suits. But there weren't aliens, so now that wouldn't work either. Oh, Starship Trooper time. Okay, where were we? Okay, I think I still have Unity up. Do I have Unity? I do have Unity up. All right. Let's go here. Where is our scenes? Grab the Scopedog. Scopedog FBX. Just for fun. Let's put it somewhere here. Nope, did that not? Okay, now let's go find our dude. I wanna play with this, see if this works before oops. Whoa, what happened to my armature? There we go. There we are. Hello, player. Just for fun, go find the head. Neck, head. There we go. Now this is not the way to do this, but... Come on. Oh, it will actually let me rig it. Oh, I don't have an avatar hooked up to it though. That's fine. We'll do it as a static. And I tried assigning it like I would in Maya. How about that, huh? Middle mouse drag does not properly do that. Okay. This is now my favorite thing ever. This is now my favorite damn thing ever. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Just wait till I put jiggle physics on it. This is gonna be great. Let's make it a little bigger. I'm immensely pleased with myself. All right. Aw, what? It should be attached to the... Oh, it's attached to the skeleton and not the model. Let's try that again. Put you, come on. Put you in here with all this crap. All this work just to get a giggle. There we go. Seriously? Okay, okay. Strike two. Strike two. However, we can fix it. We can fix her. We can fix her. Welcome, welcome, Mega Mocap PR. Did you figure out the issue that was plaguing you? Was that last night? With the mocap not lining up with the right direction? There. I have a goofy helmet. I am very pleased with myself. It's not rigged up yet. But I am very pleased with my goofy helmet. I'm actually going to turn this into a baseball cap for my own use. I'm going to put a little bill on it. And this will be, and rig the, I'm not sure if I want to rig the lens to link with my eye or just give it jiggle physics and just have it sway back and forth with gravity. Yes. I have issues which, okay, so one of the things you were working on kind of relates to what I want to do. Find my cursor here. Excuse me. So I'm in Unity, so it's different than Unreal, of course. But right now, I have all of my motion capture data as both my avatar in the corner of the screen and VC Face is sending it, controlling this, and also sending it into Unity so I can control this guy the exact same way, exact same OSC data, or VMC, I forget. But Unity won't let me use the locomotion animations, so I can float around right now. See, I can float around, I can jump, hand tracking, all my tracking works just fine. So I actually have to switch to a different model in order to use the anything animation. So that's, one solution is when I do get rid of VC Face and just grab all the mocap data myself into Unity, I think I'll be able to separate them better. Because the masking didn't work. I tried, it's called, let's see, an avatar mask. And I tried that, but then I lost all of my, I kept my blend shapes, but lost all of my joint control. So I'm working through it. So now, yeah, I just switched to this guy. One fun thing I did figure out recently though is, let's go to this screen here. Lock my camera. Where are we? Spout capture. Ta-da! Oh, he's big. Hi there. Oh, that looks so funny. I'm able to export clean, well, fairly clean. He's a little laggy at the moment. Fairly clean spout capture with a transparent background into OBS from, directly from Unity. Yeah, so yeah, I know Unity has, or I mean, Unreal has some great things you can do to separate out the stuff. Now, I'm not afraid of scripting. and such. My day job is actually a software dev, so I'm familiar with C# and all that fun stuff. But it's all about, with Unity, it seems to be all about finding the exact combo of version number, like which render engine you are in, and everything. It's like this whole thing you have to sort through in order to find the proper and correct information. But yeah, runtime rigging tools might allow you to tracking over the top of that. I'll have to write that down. I'm gonna write that down right now. Runtime rigging tools. There. It actually helps keeping a physical padded, pen and paper, so I don't have to tab out of everywhere. Especially since when I'm running this, I haven't added the kill the program button, so I have to alt-tab out of the compiled version. But I'm going to be working on not only the replacing using VC Face here. Oh, see, I have two versions of me right now. But I'm going to be using it as kind of a streaming room too. So I just teleported to a little office setup. I currently have way too many effects enabled on post-processing. There we go. Ta-da! Oops. Ta-da! Profits and stocks. I can't take credit for this this setup here. This is or these assets in the background. This is a Cinti low polygon. Oops, are we? Let's just undo that. I might have too many 3D softwares running at the moment. Did we lose ourselves in the music? The moment. Oh, I might have angered the I might have angered the 3D capture gods. Let's just don't save that. I'll screen grab my my lovely helmet later. But it looks fun. It looks great in that's what's wrong. Okay. Let's restart VC Face. Oh yeah, that definitely crashed VC Face. That was a new one. And should I bring back the scary man? Let's have the scary man on the screen. Will this be fun for Will this be fun? God, I think it's the lack of eyebrows. It's really the lack of eyebrows that gets me. I cannot look at him when he's on the screen. I currently have a webcam running through NVIDIA Broadcast iFacial mocap to VC Face, so I am definitely looking to cut a few things out of the out of this pipeline. Okay, let's load up. Load up, Rusty. All right, let's hide the other outfit. Oh yeah, I have a farmer outfit too. Hi. Someday I was gonna play Stardew on stream, but didn't get to that yet. So for now, we're business. And I successfully finally wrapped up my first Mecha Modeling Monday, a Scopedog helmet. Let's put him there. There. From Armored Trooper Vodums. Do I still have the... Oh, I still have the trailer. There we go. Or the opening. Good old 1980s anime. And I do plan on hooking this up so that even though it's just a little gag of a bit, turning into a little helmet for myself, I am going to rig it so it moves and does stuff, because that's how over the top we want to be with it. Because fun. The rule of cool, right? Did I save? Yeah, I saved. But yeah, you gotta have the rule of cool. So, if you want to stop by again, if you liked what you see, and crashes and VTuber shenanigans. My next stream will be on Thursday. And I am off center and it's bothering me. There we go. My next stream will be on Thursday, 8 p.m. Central. And I'll actually be going into, be bringing the robot in. So Rusty over here, or let's see. This is an old picture, old stock photo. But Rusty will be joining us on Thursday, and I'm going to be doing some robot talk, talk about the robot, and kind of diving into that Unity environment that I was just playing around in. So that's going to be on Thursday, 8 p.m. Central, same channel? But yeah, the robot will be, assuming he behaves himself, passes the test, he will be joining us on Thursday. And then starting next week, I'm going to have more of a set schedule of Monday and Wednesday. So probably, yes, same bat time, same bat channel. So yeah, I think Mondays I'm going to stick with some kind of like 3D modeling, rigging kind of dealio. And then Wednesday will be, well, right now it's the Unity play sandbox. And then probably play some retro games, but gonna leave Wednesday free, Monday's 3D stuff. But yeah, so that'll be fun. I'm gonna have a set schedule, which is I hear that's one of the things you're supposed to do if you like an audience and you want them to show up again and again. We'll get there. We'll get there eventually. But all right, I think I'm going to see if any folks I know are online. Oops, raid channel. Okay, there we go. Yeah, if you think of that that game title, I mean, we thought of a bunch of them that had possibilities, but you know, thinking back to the 90s is quite a trip. Oh, as I'm searching for something, I'll blab on about it. Remember there was a little fun remembering the past thing on Twitter, and you put you made a grid of like your top 25 games that influenced you, or you know, that you remember fondly or whatever like that. And man, thinking back into the past and like, you know, looking at my bookshelf and stuff, saying like, oh, I need to play these old games more often. They don't deserve to just sit on the shelf like that. I actually need to just play them. All right, we are going to raid Dead Sun. You know, he just seems to be online at a very convenient time for me to raid. He's playing Fortnite right now, but usually goes into some 3D modeling or other shenanigans at some point. So we're gonna go raid Mr. Dead Sun, and looking forward to someday getting emotes. But for now, we'll just use the dancing dinosaur. Honestly, I whenever I'm like sending texts or on Twitter, I want to reply with the dancing dinosaur. I really do. But they don't have that at my phone. So I'll have to figure a way around that and get that emote in there into my phone so I can use it for general use and not just on Twitch. All right. Let me see. Gotta follow along and raid myself. And let's go. Thanks for the stream, y'all.